Hi, I'm Denise Gagne. I'm here today to do a lesson overview of lesson 26, March week 3, pre-K all the way to middle school. But this is also the 1 year anniversary since I started building all the lesson modules on musicplayonline.com. And I hope that it has helped you in getting through this incredibly difficult year. We are looking right now at musicplayonline.com, the classic site or the original site. It's getting old and a little bit tired, just like me. There's parts falling apart, parts not working well. And so we have built a new site that is right now called beta.musicplayonline.com. Soon the beta site is going to take over as the main site, and the classic will be retired sooner than me, I think. Our learning modules are here on the left menu on Classic, and we can filter by grade. So I'm going to look first at the lesson for pre-K for March week 3. And I really do like this lesson. It's got lots of bunny songs. We have Easter coming up in April, and so St. Patrick's Day Bobo is going to disappear and Easter Bobo is going to come. In fact, I forgot to put St. Patrick's Day Bobo in here, so I'll have to add him. So here's our overview, our I can statements, supporting resources. And I started last March putting in music is literacy, and I left it in for this week. And I left it in there because it's important for parents to know that music is important for children. It's important for their social, emotional learning. It's important because it supports literacy and numeracy and all those other things. But music just makes people feel good. If I'm having a rough night, a half hour on the piano makes me feel a lot better. So our opening song is Time for Music. We're back to what we did at the beginning of the year. And this is a really good beat keeping song. At the end of each verse is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to pull up another window and show you where in the song list you can download. So go to song list. And I know Time for Music is number 1 in pre-K, so I can filter it that way. Or I could do a search for Time for Music, and it will show up as number 1 on my search. And this is where you will find those beat strips, is in the printables. If I open up the PDF, I can download it. I can print it. It's intended to be printed for 11 by 17 paper. So I'm going to download it, save it, and then I cut them up and I give each child 1 strip and they put it in front of themselves. And as we're counting to 8, instead of counting the day that they have the beat strip, they tap on those beats. It's really good for teaching kids left to right. It's really teaching kids number recognition as well. I've known children who get to grade 2 and don't know all their numbers. They haven't, for some reason, they've missed that in kindergarten and grade 1. So doing this with your pre-Ks and your Ks and your 1s is a good way to assess whether they can keep a steady beat. And it's also teaching them those other basic skills. So I'm coming back into my lesson. So we've done Time for Music, do the beat strips. If you wish, you might want to wait a week or 2 until the kids are used to the song again. And then we do Little Rabbit Foo-Foo. Little rabbit foo-foo, hopping through the forest, scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head. It's one of my favorite songs. And if you don't know all the movements, you can watch them. If you do, skip it. And then we do letter J says J, letter J says J, J like jackrabbit, letter J says J. And typically in the supporting resources, when I've got a letter, I have got the printable for it as well. If you're in person, copy it, get the kids to complete it. If you're at home, I give an option to just practice printing the letter J and drawing 2 things that start with the letter J. And then we do jump, jackrabbit, jump. So we get lots of J practice for the letter J. And if you need ideas for movements, the demo is here. You don't need the ideas, skip it. And John the Rabbit is one of my favorite games. Pre-Ks just love this. It's silly. There's no reason they should love it this much, but they do. So I teach them the song first, and then here is a class playing it. And basically what I do is I line the kids up at one side of the room, and we sing John the Rabbit, yes ma'am. And every time they sing yes ma'am, they take a little jump closer to me. I'm the farmer who doesn't want them in my garden. And at the end of the song, I go, shoo, 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 and they run back to their place. That's all the game, and they love it. Sleepy Bunnies, another real favorite. The kids demo this time features my granddaughters, who are 7 now, but they were 3 and adorable when they did this. So you sleep during the quiet part, and then you get up and you jump like bunnies. Again, simple game. Kids really, really love it. And then we have Come and Sail Away with Me. It's a swaying song. This would be nice to do with scarves or ribbons if you have those. And then Keep the Beat. I don't think stretchy bands are going to be allowed for a while because it's shared materials, but it's a wonderful stretchy band activity to keep a beat with it if you can't find other ways of keeping a beat, or give them instruments to play along to the beat. And we end with Skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink. So that is our Pre-K lesson 26 for March week 3. Now I'm going to look at kindergarten. And I discovered when I went to build these lessons that somehow a year ago, this lesson never got built. So lesson 26 in kindergarten, again, it's fun. We're going to do Welcome to School. We're going to sing to St. Patrick's Day Bobo. And this is the last time. For some reason this year, I thought St. Patrick's Day fell on March 14th, but it's the 17th. So we still have 3 days of St. Patrick's Day coming up in the coming week. Review Bernie Bee and do as many of the review activities as you missed in the previous week. And then we introduce Mr. Troll, the story of the 3 Billy Goats Gruff, and one of my favorite songs from Musicplay for Kindergarten, the Nanny Goats Rap. And we're going to end up with Knees Up Mother Brown, a movement piece. So here's our supporting resources. I left in the pointing page for Bernie Bee and the bug composition in case you didn't get to it last week. These are new play-alongs. This one is a body percussion play-along. So we're going to do stomp, 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 clap, 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 stomp, 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 stomp. So fun body percussion videos. Here's Bobo. You echo what he sings. And you sing Bobo, preparing the children to sing soulful melodies. Then we review the Bernie Bee song. Bernie Bee, tell me when your wedding be. So a good little So Me and La So Me song. And we used it to springboard into a bug composition activity. We've got an interactive, bumblebee, what is this, mosquito, ant. And I can create 4, or I can continue on and do 8 beats if I wish. And then there is a worksheet where the kids can cut this out and glue them onto here if you wish to have the kids do it that way. Leprechaun March, march along like leprechaun, and then skip along and make up your own verses for the leprechaun to move. Mr. Troll, I love this game and kids love it too. Again, simple game idea. You line the kids up on one side of the room. So this is a good distanced game. You can do this with the kids spaced apart if you have enough room in your classroom. Take them outside if you don't. And then the teacher is the troll to start with. And the kids sing, Mr. Troll, may we cross the bridge? May we cross to the other side? And then the teacher sings, only if you're wearing green. If you're not, better run and hide. And if they're wearing green, they cross over to the other side. So the ones that are wearing green have crossed to the other side. They join the troll and sing with the troll. Another way of doing this, if you're a classroom teacher and you're doing your own music, give the kids each a letter of the letters that you want them to recognize. So maybe you only give them A, S, T, M, N. And you then sing, only if you have the S, If you don't, better run and hide. And so the ones with the S come and join the troll. So simple game, but it introduces the troll. And now we're going to get introduced to the Nanny Goat's Ruff. I love this, and kids love this. Nanny Goat's Gruff were living in a field. The grass was okay, but it was
no big deal. So they looked across.
Here's my movements.
Their eyes opened wide.
The grass was greener on the other side. Now, under this bridge lived a mean old troll. His hair was green and it was full of mold. He didn't want goats walking over his head, so he shook his fist. This is what he said. Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge? Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge? Don't trip-trap over my bridge, I say, 'cause I'll eat you for dinner if I have my way. I don't expect that the children will learn all the words. Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge? The chorus is easy to get and it repeats a lot of times. So have the kids do the movements and say the chorus and then make up other movements during the verse. But this is one of those songs that is so fun that the kids will learn it anyways, even if you don't expect that they're going to learn all those words. Then you read the story of the Billy Goat's Gruff to the students. And every time you get to the part where out from the shadows jumped the troll, who's that tripping over my bridge? He cried angrily. Then you add that, who's that tripping over my bridge? So it is a fun story to act out and dramatize. If you go to this in the song list, you will see a class that dramatized the whole thing. It was really cute. And then if you have time left at the end, do movements to Knees Up, Mother Brown. It's one of those songs where you can listen to it and you can figure out the movements. So a demo isn't needed, but if you happen to do a kids demo, we don't have one for the song. So we'd love for you to send us your demo. End by singing Skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink, Skinnamarink-a-doo. And that is our music class for kindergarten, lesson 26, March week 3. Now I'm going to share the grade 1 lesson, 26, for March week 3. And I've only added a few little things from last year's lesson. So we're going to do the welcome to music, and this time it's rhythms. So echo clap the rhythms. I may have half notes in here, so I would suggest you clap the first pattern, the students clap it after. And then echo St. Patrick's Day Bobo. And then lucky little leprechaun. So adapt the game because it was intended to be a partner circle game. And instead you march in place. And on the B section, you do heels out and a little bit of a sailor's hornpipe. Eensy Weensy Spider is a little young for grade 1s, but they like this version because it does middle and then it does high and then it does a great big spider for low. And so this is a good opportunity to really make sure that your first grade understand high, middle, low. That is a hard concept for them and they really need to get it. So moving to with rhythms are scarves to personages. And again, I chose personages because it goes high, low, and you can show that physically with the scarf. And there's a listening map for personages. And I am creating coloring pages for each of the Carnival of the Animals. There'll be one a week for the next how many weeks. I'll do all of the Carnival of Animals. And I added this one because some people thought the composer was imagining that music critics were donkeys. So I've given them a donkey to color, the violin, because it's 2 violins that personages is played on 2 violins. So they print the words violin, they print the words bow. The donkey says hee-haw, going high and low. And some of the hee-haws are loud and some are quiet. So play it for them a couple of times so that they can practice pointing to which is loud, which is quiet. And if you save these worksheets, you'll have a nice Carnival of the Animals booklet to send home with them at the end. I've had them, I suggest they play the up-down same game. You play. It's going up. If I get it right, it goes green, and it does. So that's the up-down same game. And then we do the song bingo. When I see a video, one of our song videos, with a cover that is not yellow in grade 1. I know it's a new recording, and we've had these recordings done at the same studio that Plank Road Publishing uses, Music K8, and Hal Leonard. So the vocal quality is significantly improved. So my suggestion is to give kids instruments and they play the B-I-N-G-O on instruments. And if you're allowed to sing, then you can sing the rest of it. The SOMI storybooks are wonderful. I will reorder next year so that they do 4 or 5 throughout the year. And this one should be in full, but I need to do that reordering. They haven't read it this year in my lessons, so it is in March, week 3. Explore the games, and my suggestion is games 9, 12, 13, and 15. So hurry up. 9 is the up and down game, 12 the loud and quiet game, 13 high-low, and 15 fast-slow. And then the music time is over. So that's my lesson for grade 1, lesson 26, March week 3. I'm going to go now to grade 2, lesson 26, March week 3. And we're going to do a review of our St. Patrick's Day songs. And we're going to go on to do Pizza Hut and Rain on the Green Grass. There's our I Can statements. There's our lesson guide for week 2. There's Music as Literacy for grade 2s, our Welcome to Music play along, students echo the rhythm the teacher claps. And I've added body percussion with a new Irish fiddle tune. This is Musical Priest. Get ready. 2, ready, go. Stop, stop. Too much fun. I really enjoy those. And of course, play it again. Don't show the kids the video the second time and have them make up their own body percussion to the same piece. St. Patrick's Day jig is fun. Again, it was intended as a partner circle game. Adapt and have the kids march in place during the A section and do a little jig on the B section. Try the Shamrock Rhythm Erase. This comes from the St. Patrick's Day unit in units. And there we go. We actually do have a direct link to it. So if I'm on grade 2 and I want them to be practicing half notes, here we go. 2, 2, ti, 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 ta, 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 rest, ti, 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 ta. Then I take one away. I have to remember that. Here we go. 2, 2, ti, 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 ta, 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 rest, ti, 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 ta. And then we take one more away. Can you remember those? Here we go. 2, 2, ti, 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 ta, ta. I don't know if I'm right. I'm going to reset, make sure. Oh, I wasn't right. So hopefully your students are better than Mrs. Gagne is. But you play that as a rhythm erase. And then there is an additional activity for them. And that is the hunt for the leprechaun. And in this activity, hopefully it does open up to the right activity. Another one did. There we go. Hunt for the leprechaun. I can do this as a rhythm chain where I remember and add on, or I can just use this as flashcards. So I'm going to go full screen on this. So let's clap this one. Ready, go. Shh. And then I click on it. The next one appears. And I click on it, the next one comes. And then, where is this leprechaun? Not there. Rest. Have I found? Oh, I found the leprechaun. So that's a very cute little activity. Here's my lesson. Read the lyrics, a Pizza Hut, and talk a little bit. Think in advance of what the song is about. And again, this ties in with making sure that parents know music is literacy. Every time we learn a new song, we're reading the words for that song. And shared reading is a really good way for kids to develop literacy. Here's the actions. If you're in person and can't sing, this is one of those songs that has enough actions that even if you can't sing, it'll still be fun to do. And then you can sing along and do actions. This is cute. New recording again. A Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, a Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, a Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut, McDonald's, McDonald's, a Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut, McDonald's, McDonald's, a Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. And then it repeats in parts, but that's one of our new recordings. You can tell, number one, our new recordings have live instruments performing and those beautiful voices from Indianapolis. And then we're going to read the lyrics for Rain on the Green Grass. We're going to do solfa patterns, do, re, mi, so, la in the key of C to get kids ready to sing the song. And then we do the note highlights video. These highlights videos show how the notes go.
Ready, go, rain on the green.
So if you haven't taught your kids solfa, you can still show them, get them to show with arm motions how the notes go higher and lower. Rain on the green grass. Even if you don't do solfa. And if you do solfa, the second half of the song goes through the solfa notes.
So, la, so, mi, so, so, la, so.
I'm a big believer in solfege. It really trains the ears. Not everybody does, but if you do, it's a great ear training activity. We have the solfa challenge here where the kids name the solfa notes. So lots of opportunity to practice. And I should add the note name to that. I'll make a little note to myself. Point to the beat. These are the interactive beat and rhythm activities. So the first one is simply pointing to the beat. And the next one is composing a B section. So in this B section, I'm going to use the word rhythms, puddle, 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 rain. And then I'm going to decide how I'm going to play them. I might use my pool noodle scrapers for this. Puddle, 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 rain. And I can use my and top. Let's finish it off. Puddle, rain, rain, rain. I grew up on Vancouver Island. We have a lot of rain there. So let's try it. Puddle, 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 rain. Puddle, rain, rain, rain. I can use this as a B section. I sing, rain on the green grass, rain on the tree, rain on the rooftop, but not on me. Puddle, 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 rain. Puddle, rain, rain, rain. Rain on the green grass, rain on the tree, rain on the rooftop, but not on me. Puddle, 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 rain. Puddle, rain, rain, rain. You can try it different ways. That is a great way to get kids using creative process. Try it one way. Do you like it? What do you like about it? Let's try it another way. What do you like? Do you like this one better? And that gets kids using the creative process. There are some extras in the St. Patrick's Day unit if you have lots of time, and then the music time is over. So this is grade 2 lesson 26, March week 3. Now I'm going to look at the grade 3 lesson for lesson 26, March week 3. I just added some new fun things to this lesson, so I think you're going to enjoy. So we're going to learn Stella Ella Ola, Alouette, and Roses from the South. If French is not your strong suit, this is a good foreign language song to learn because the kids only have to sing echoes. They don't have to sing the entire song. So we start off with our music is literacy. We do a play along with the musical priest, an Irish fiddle tune. And then we're going to learn the song Stella Ella Ola, which is a great song. But let me just play a little bit of it so you can hear it. Now, it's played as a clap game, and we're not allowed to touch. So here's another option. Watch the Can You Play a Steady Beat game. I'll play a little bit of it, and I'll just go skip the introduction.
Now, we're pretty good at this now. So what we're going to do, each person is going to say the words for one beat.
So we practiced it first.
On the rest, hands on shoulders. And if you miss your word on the beat, you go out. Here we go. Can you keep a steady beat?
So in the same way, you could play Stella Ella Ola that way. Stella Ella Ola. Clap, clap, clap. Sing an S, tiga, 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 shack, shack. To make it harder, you can substitute different movements for some of those words. So Stella, Ella, Ola, clap, clap, clap. You could have those people do the clap instead of saying the clap. Reverse directions, go faster. But you can play Stella, Ella, Ola in the same way as this game is played. Name the solfa notes is option 1. Name the pitch letter names is option 2. And I will add those options to grade 2 if you were watching for it. So the interactive is available for both. And then we have a rhythm sort for Stella Ella Ola. And now we have something new. This is Alouette, a drum pattern. I'm going to go full screen. So it's simple, but it's fun. So the kids get the song in their heads before we ask them to sing the echoes. So they've heard it once already, then they can sing the echoes. Now we're moving on to Johann Strauss. And we have a little short composer video. It's under 2 minutes about Strauss. And then you find something to use for scarves. I have actual scarves, but if I didn't, I could use napkins or a string of toilet paper. I want 2 for this one. And this is the scarf version. Up, down, circle one way, circle the other. Up, down, circle one way, circle the other. Now both up and circle out. And then we go this way, that way, this way, that way. And it worked really well with paper plates as well. Just the same. I'm going to go a little further along in the video so you can see what the plates might look like. And if you don't have plates, do it with your hands. Up, down, up, down. Up, down. When I do it just with my hands, it's like John Fire Robbins Move It videos. Kids really love doing it with plates or with scarves, but the option is always there to just do it with your hands instead. I've included a listening log on Roses from the South. This is the video version, and the printable version is in the supporting resources. And then because we've been focusing on 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I want them to do a rhythm composition in 3/4 meter. This is the rhythm composition tool. I can make it full screen, and I am jumped right to level 11. Look at that. Ta, ta, ta. And I want to undo that. Let's undo it. Okay, I want to undo one more. I want to go to, ta, to, ta, 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 ti, 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 ta, to, ta, to. Those are my time names. You use whatever time names you want. So that is the grade 3 lesson 26 for March week 3. Now I'm going to look at grade 4 lesson 26 for March week 3. And this, again, is taken from last year, but I've got different ideas for what to do with it for this year. So the Wallflower song is a do, re, mi, so, la song. So I have the kids warming up with do, re, mi, so, la in the key of D. And then we read the words of the song. And this is about a measles outbreak in England in the 1800s. The parallels to COVID are just a little bit too obvious for me. In the 1800s, there was no measles vaccine, and it was deadly. If you got measles as a child, you certainly could die. And that's what the Wallflower song is about. So I want them to sing the song, read the rhythms, and sing the song in solfa. They've just warmed up on do, re, mi, so, la. So we start on so, mi, do, so, la, so, mi. You don't need to listen to me croaking it out, but get your kids to actually ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti. I generally have them read the rhythms first, then do another little solfa warm-up so they're sure of their names, and then sing this song in solfa. Not everything has to be rote taught. We're teaching kids to read music, so when you have a reading song, have them learn the song by reading it. That's what we want. We want working musicians that can take a piece of music and sight sing. And then you can sing along with the recording if you're allowed to. And then my suggestion is create some new words for this song in the 21st century. COVID, oh COVID, I hate you very much. I've had to stay home and not get on a plane. That's my words for the COVID song. Your students, I'm sure, will have better ideas than what I'm thinking up on the spur of the moment. Called to hear my grandchildren. FaceTime's FaceTime isn't great, but it is better than not seeing them any ba. And of course, I can adapt the rhythm to fit my words if I had a little more time to think about it. Option 2, this is what I had suggested last year, was trying to create an ostinato and then doing the ostinato while you sang the song. That's a good challenge for kids. It gets them really thinking. So if I'm going to do this ostinato, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, with the Wallflower song, this is what it might end up being like.
Wallflowers, wallflowers, growing up so high. They had some measles that never died.
So I don't know how it's,
She has no relations.
don't know. Okay, there's a bug there in grade 4. I noticed that when I went full screen, the whole movie didn't play. So I'm going to go over to my little bug after and file a bug report on it. And we appreciate you letting us know when there are bugs on the site. Now, I don't know how much recorder playing you've been able to do, but we are going on to teach a little bit about recorder. It's been played for over 700 years. The first recorders were made of wood, and composers like Bach, Handel, Vivaldi wrote music for it. The Baroque flute was made of wood as well, but it's held and played like a modern flute, but sounds more like a recorder. And then we listen to this beautiful little piece. And it does sound like a recorder, but that is a Baroque flute that's playing it. We've got a Safe Share link to a Canary Dance. If for any reason this Safe Share link doesn't work for you teachers, just Google Canary Dance and you'll probably find the same one. It's not exactly the same, but it is a Canary Dance. in period costume. It's beautiful. And then we have play the recorder melodies on the virtual glockenspiel. And at this point, you should be pretty close into the 30s. And the song that I really want the kids to learn this week is Morning. I'm going to go full screen and I'm going to play it on the keyboard instead of playing it on. Okay, so my C is the number 8. And I'll escape, that's enough, but that's how they do it. And then we're going to close out of this and we're going to learn about Edvard Grieg, and we're going to listen to Morning and do mirror movement with a partner. This is how mirror movement works. You be my reflection in the mirror. Kids really enjoy it, and it works better with slow songs than loud ones. And the quieter they are, the more super quiet they are, the more effective it is. So that is the grade 4 lesson 26, updated for 2021 and March week 3. Hope you enjoy. Now I'm going to look at grade 5, lesson 26, March week 3. And in the previous week, we did Hi-ho, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. Hi-ho, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. In this bog there was a tree, a rare tree. So you make up movements for the whole song. That has been lots of fun for the kids. So review the song Rattling Bog. If you want to see the movements, go back to lesson 25. And see them. I should maybe put that in, make a note to self to put in the demo for Rattling Bog. And now we're going to learn a new song. I am getting such a headache. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, switch. Headache getting slowly. Am I 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. This used to be the words, I am slowly going crazy. And I don't think crazy is a nice term to use. We got a lot of people suffering from mental illness. And so we have changed the words of the song to be more appropriate. Here's the kids' demo of I am slowly going crazy. We will get a new demo as soon as we're able to. With COVID restrictions, getting these demos has been very difficult. Name the solfa notes, and that's option 1. Option 2, name the pitch letter names for the song I'm Getting Such a Headache. Here is a pop quiz to practice tempo terms, and I haven't put any of these in the lessons, so I'll show you. There's the tempo pop quiz. I can make it full screen, and here I've got air pumps. Here I've got balloon. So when I know what presto means, let's see if quickly is my right answer. Andante at a walking pace. Prestissimo, as fast as I can go. Moderato, moderately. Adagio. Let's see which one I want, slowly. Vivace, fast and lively. Retardando, gradually slower. Accelerando, gradually faster. And when I get this right, my balloon pops and I get to play again. So we've done quite a bit of rebuilding on these. It's not a new game, but now we can add to this series a lot easier, and it resizes better on all devices. So if your kids are working on a small iPad or even on a phone, that pop quiz will now resize for them. So I'm going to come out of my pop quiz, and we have an optional worksheet. These are always optional because kids at home don't always have printers. What you can ask the kids at home to do is to write it on a piece of paper. Pencil and paper is still a very good way to learn. It's absolutely important for them. And then last year I didn't have the song Haida in, but I love this song. It's got great movements. And if you're back in person, not allowed to sing, it's another song where the movements are so fun that you can do the song even if you aren't doing the singing with it. And there's a good kids demo that you can use to learn the movements that I'm using. I actually learned these movements from a Henry Leck workshop about 25 years ago. And they were so fun that I've remembered them for 25 years. So that is lesson 26, grade 5, March, week 3. Now I'm going to look at middle school, and middle school lesson 26 is a songwriting lesson, and there's going to be 4 lessons in songwriting. Last week we did Rattlin' Bog with grade 6s, so I would really like them to review it. You don't learn that song in 1 week. So the review of Rattlin' Bog, and I probably should put the review with the movements in as well for grade 6. I'll add that to my list. I've been including optional ukulele in some of the modules, and this one isn't terrible. It would be probably easier to play in the key of G instead of the key of F. So I'll maybe change that. It's recorded in F, but I think easier playing in C. Now I've got 2 examples of student written compositions. This one is really cute. And again, if the link doesn't work for you, just Google it and I'm sure it will show up.
It's just me and my euphonium, sitting here stuck at home.
What a great example of a child written composition. And this is one that was written by 3 BC young men. And again, awesome example of student-led composition. I love the little guy there in the middle.
Wash your hands, keep them out of your face. You don't want to cause the latest case. Make me a grannies, make me a friend. Do it for the ones who can't defend. Just stay home.
That is one good little piano player there. I wish I had him in my classes. So now we're going to start off by writing a verse for the corner grocery store. There were beans, enough to feed Marines. And remember to tell the students to be nice in these lyrics when you're doing it in person. We don't want any inappropriate lyrics. So you sing the song. Again, I've included the ukulele accompaniment. This is doable on ukulele. If my kids aren't changing chords well enough to do all of them, I divide my class into groups and I have one group play the G, one group play the D, one group play the C, one group play the A minor. That's differentiating for their abilities. And some kids will be able to play all of those chord changes, no problem, but not every child can. So I always give them the option to play just one of the chords. And then they create new verses for it and sing, make sure they fit the music. And students you make up, verses you make up about other students must be nice, no insults allowed. Then we do My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. And this is always fun to do live with kids. Like push your chair back from wherever you are. And every time you have the B, you change position. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. And here comes the fun part. Bring back my Bonnie. Oops, I'm wrong. To me. Bring back my Bonnie to me. And then, of course, we're going to go faster just to make it more challenging. Again, this will be playable for many kids on ukulele. And we do tempo terms because My Bonnie has the changing tempo terms. So we launched the interactive tempo tool. You can choose whatever level your students are on. My Bonnie is in 3/4 meter, so this might be a good time to practice different tempos in 3/4 meter. These teaching slides will show a review of the kids, what each of the tempos used means. And then we choose the tempo and we play along at that tempo. When I'm on the second line, and it's going to repeat again. That one caught me by surprise. Piggyback songs is when you replace an entire song with new words, kind of like what I did on COVID, the COVID song for grade 4. So this one is using the tune of my body. Oh, rabbits have bright, shiny noses. I'm telling you this as a friend. The reason their noses are shiny, the powder puffs on the wrong end. And so we invite the children to make up their own version of my body. This is probably 2 lessons, not 1, but it's a great lesson for middle school students, getting them started songwriting. That is lesson 26 for March week 3. And I'm Denise Gagne. Thank you for joining me on this journey.